Right. If Facebook is doing that thing it does again.
We can still start if you wish.
Okay. You want to admit people now?
Yeah, so we can move forward and then you can just add us to Facebook. All right, Coach, are you
Yeah.
ready? All right.
Ready.
Okay. Greetings, Zoom family.
Peace and blessing.
Grand Rising. Grand Rising Zoom family. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Wait, I gotta say something.
Welcome, Teresa. Welcome,
Blessing, Mama.
Sister Afua Afriye, Sister Kaisha, Sister Veronica, Sister Florence, and hi, Sissy Gina. Mwah. Welcome, Sister Marie. Welcome, Sister Robin. Welcome, 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 ladies. And hopefully we'll be having more gentlemen join us soon. Welcome, good morning, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. It's 10 degrees here in the New York City area. I hope you.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome on this cold Sunday in New York City. And I'm sure if you're on the East Coast, you are also experiencing this chill. So get snuggled up under your covers and get comfortable. All you need is an open mind this morning. You can take notes, screenshots, whatever have you for this conversation. But we are going to unpack about making SOAP moves. And I'm sure you're wondering, like, what is Coach Sheryl talking about? Well, you know, we have the freedom and the liberty to make up our own words, our own terminologies, our own expressions. And so SOAP moves. So first thing I'll do, you know, I always like to start out with a good old question. And this is off the cuff, so it's going to take the admin a minute to catch up with me and write it in the chat. So be patient. So what does SOAP and movement have to do with each other? This is, first of all, I'll say this is Making Moves Week, everyone, in the Woo community. So every presenter is going to be sharing with you about making moves in some way, shape, or form. So what does SOAP have to do with moves and movement? Can anyone drop it in the chat, or does anyone want to share their voice in this space and perhaps their face and share? What does SOAP and movement have in common? So I will.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, good.
How about Soap is slippery, so it allows things to move smoothly.
Yes, yes. Soap is slippery when wet, right? You wet it
Yes.
up, slides and slips, and it's very agile, and it's very um it just goes with the flow of wherever you're going with it, with the water and washcloth and whatever have you going on, right? Soap just goes everywhere. So that's the movement that I want to bring present to your mind as I share with you a little bit about soap. So thank you, Gina, for that. So soap, it comes in various forms. You know, it can be a bar of soap or liquid squirt, a squirt of liquid soap. But did you know that it not only can it create a cleansing of the body, but it can also be a cleansing mentally and spiritually, right? It supports you to disconnect from the world and opens up space for you to connect into your higher self. And so we're gonna explore a little bit about soap and moves and making moves, right? So like how I said in my summary, we know the statement that cleanliness is next to godliness, right? But do we know that in ancient Egypt, soap was discovered? The origins of soap are in ancient Egypt, right? Back in like the 1500 BC time. And we can put up the first slide. And that soap was made out of alkaline salt and vegetable fat or animal fat and water. And it was used to wash the body, but more for medicinal purposes than for cleansing purposes initially. And then it began to evolve into being used for cleansing purposes. And then it became cleanliness next to godliness comes to mind because the ancient Egyptians felt like it was really necessary to be clean before you die or when you die and you get entombed, that you needed to be clean because it would make you more connected to your creator, more connected to God. Okay, so cleanliness is next to godliness is an ancient concept, right? So we want to be present with being clean and how and why would they think that, or why would anyone think that being clean is close and can get them close to the connection to the creator? Can anyone
It's a form of purification. It's like,
yeah,
you're purifying themselves, like saying, that we're getting rid of whatever dirt or whatever stuff is on us, to go be with God.
nice, thank you. It's like preparing before you enter into the space with something royal, with something divine, with the most divine, right? So
Well, we
again,
do that too. We do that too. It's like if we got somewhere to go out, we take a good bath and dress up and like fix ourselves up real good. Because I know when Easter time came, we made sure we had a good bath, or anyway, going to church, wherever. We get a good clean up or going to a party, whatever. We get real decked out, clean ourselves up, and take a good bath and everything even before we go out. So that's just a normal pattern.
thank you for that, Teresa. So I just wanted to show you some of the papyrus with the soap history. So soap in Babylon was not really beginning to be used until 2500. And it was made of wood ash, clay, and water. And it was mostly used for cleaning cloth, cleaning fibers to make them into clothing, more than it was used for cleaning people. People just jumped into rivers and that's how they got clean. But it evolved, as you can see in the little cartoon at the top there, into being used for bathing. So that's kind of a little bit of the history of soap. Does anyone know what soap is made of now? What today's soap? Oh, this picture at the bottom also is the soap that they used back in Babylon days. It's called natron, and it was made of wood ash and clay. And look at how it looks like it looks like cement blocks, doesn't it? It's not something that it looks like you want to use to put on your body. So that's interesting to me. And I thought I would share that. So does anyone know what soap is made of today? What today's soap, liquid or bar soap? Do we have any soap makers in the space? I see a hand
This-
raised.
Yeah, this is Abimbola Peace. I'm not sure exactly, but I know one of the active ingredients is lye.
Yes.
They use lye now to make soap.
Yes, absolutely. Soap is made from salt, and that salt is a salt that is the forms that we call it is as lye, right? It's either made from, if it's liquid soap, it's made from a potassium-based sodium, which is a potassium-based salt, which is lye. And if it's a solid soap, like a bar or different kinds of soap, it's made from sodium, a sodium blend of lye. Yes, it's made from lye. And what happens is it's a chemical reaction that deactivates the lye and makes it something that you can use to benefit your skin. The soap, the lye and the fat and the water react together, and it cools it down. And it's a process that takes minimum a month to cure a bar of soap, or a pound of soap, if you will, or however many pounds are being made at the time. It takes a minimum of 1 month to cure, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then when you have soap that you can release that slide, then when there's soap that's triple milled and things like that, those soaps are cured, and then they're cured like 3 times the amount of time that it takes to cure. So they're cured for a longer time. And that makes them more, it depends if they're using olive oil as the base. So soaps are made with a fat, with a lye, and with water. And then there are all different kinds of things that can be added in soap.
Okay.
And we can go to the next slide, please. That's the second slide. So there are all kinds of things that can be added into soap today, from salt, pink Himalayan sea salt, to add to extract things from the body. Okay, that's soap right there. There we go. So that's the soap making process. It's a lengthy process. It's not some most people have experienced what I'm talking about is cold process soap making. There's another process called hot process soap making, and then there's a process called melt and pour. So those are some of the ways in which you can make soap, and it's easy to look that up. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but these are some of the different kinds of molds that soaps are made in today. Look at how we've grown and advanced in today's time, and we put in all different kinds of things in our soap based upon the outcome that we're seeking, either on our skin or in our world, right? So right there at the top left, you'll see an ankh, the ancient Egyptian symbol, and it's on this thing that looks like a book. That's actually a bar of soap, just to show you how far we've come with soap. And underneath it is a cup of coffee, and the cup and the coffee inside are actually soap as well, that you can rub on a washcloth, wash your body. The teddy bear, that's soap. And this soap here on the sink, that's one of my soaps. That's a soap that has charcoal in it, which is really, really wonderful for the skin. And it's an amazing deep cleansing for your skin, pulling out impurities and everything. And at the bottom, you have soap that has lavender and also the pink Himalayan sea salt as an example. Now on to the other side, I wanted you to see some of the other ingredients that they put into soap these days, okay? Gold, crushed gold, right? Or gold flakes, and crushed diamonds. And that they infuse that into the soap, what they do is they put it into the water as they're making the soap, right? And then they use it to blend with the lye and everything. And it has to be, of course, something that can stand up to it, the process. So it is some of the most expensive soap in the world. It is from $3,000 to $10,000 per bar of soap that washes your body. So what would you be thinking when you wash your body with soap like that? What would you be working on activating in your world with washing your soap, with washing your body with that kind of soap. I want to hear what, if you had $3,000 to spare and spend on a bar of soap. See these ones at the bottom? Those are soaps from Qatar. And that's what they call it. It is a luxury soap it's Qatar royal soap, right? It's used by the royals. And yeah, it's 3,000 to 10,000 per bar. So tell me, someone, if you had the use of a soap bar like that, what would you be thinking? What would you be intending? What would your focus be when using that kind of soap?
Cheryl,
Yes.
when I went to Dubai, this is Veronica. When I went to
Greetings.
Dubai, greetings, my daughter treated me to a gold facial.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking elegance and opulence at the time.
Yes. Thank you.
Having it laid on my face like that, it was just a wonderful feeling.
Yes. I'm sure it looked amazing. I hope you have pictures.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes. Because you just feel the richness of the actual element, right? And that imparts that to you. And I'm sure you operated differently after doing that. You kept.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we can release that slide. And so with this conversation, and one of the things that is the standard operations and average procedures for soap, right? For using soap is washing of the body, right? So washing of the body, we do it to clean the body, release ourselves of intermingling with others, get germs off of us. But we also do it to shift our focus. You know, if you got to get up and go somewhere in the morning, like Teresa was mentioning, you're going somewhere special, you wash the body to awaken you if you're sleepy, and make you alert. Also, soap is used to clean wounds, right? You ever get that scrape on your knee, or your child get a scrape outside, and the first thing you want to do is wash it with a little soap, right? Good soap that doesn't have anything in it that will harm the person. So you wash the wounds. And then, of course, soap to spark romance, right? When I say to spark romance, does anybody have any ideas of how soap is used romantically? Or any other ideas of how the standard operations and average procedures, which is the SOAP acronym for soap, standard operation and average procedures are, for using soap. Does anyone have any?
Yes, hi, this is Teresa. There's what you call it? Arrow mode, how do you say that word? Arrow, like, like a sensual kind of thing, and certain smokes that could actually turn someone on based on the smells and stuff like that. Like, it gives you like a, like a sensual feeling. Because there's been time when I would wash up like with a certain smell or use a certain like liquid soap, and the smell just made me feel like, "Ooh, that smell good." So you can imagine if you with someone and you have that smell, it would really like, kind of turn the person on, from the smell.
Absolutely. There are soaps that just upon the smell of them, based upon the essential oils that was placed into them, or the perfume fragrances, or the fatty oils that was placed into them, they make you feel sensual. They activate you in that romance space. So soap has a lot of different average uses. These are just looking at the standard operations and average procedures of how soap is used. And I'm going to play with the acronym of SOAP quite a bit today. So bear with me and take note of how I'm using it. Okay, so those are some of the, and we can release that slide. Those are some of the basic ways in which soap is used. We can release all the slides for the moment. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Gina, I just see you popped in the chat something about what Teddy Pendergrass said. So can we see what else is being said in the chat, and also share that quote from Gina? I would love to see how that ended for everyone so far.
Sure.
The chat is popping. It says, I think this is how I should be treated. This is for the question regarding the purchasing the expensive. This is how I should be treated daily because I'm the daughter of the king and nothing but the best is what I deserve. That's from
Ashe.
Tiffany. And then there was some comments around the aromatics and aphrodisiacs based off of the scent of the smoke of the soap. And then Sister Z said taking a bath or shower together with fragrance soap. And then
Yeah.
Sister Cassie said how do you pronounce pheromones?
Pheromones.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Female hormones and male hormones that get added into to have a reaction, response that is animal base, that has to do with our amygdala part of our brain, which is the basic animal part of our brain. So pheromones have you attracted to someone or repulsed from them, however it goes, based upon the scent that they're giving off. So pheromones naturally occur with each of us. So so the first set of definition that we looked at for soap: standard operations, average procedure, right? And that's washing with soap. But we want to be present to some of the other ways in which soap can be used, because like I said, soap can activate in your highest self. Soap can be a gateway to higher self connection, right? And it's not only beneficial to use for washing your body, it's beneficially for you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, right? Did we know that? Are we in tune with that? So soap, one of my favorite memories from a child is hearing this song called "I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Oh yes, I wash that man right out of my hair." Although I didn't quite understand it, I get it now, because the woman was over the man and she wanted nothing to do with him anymore. And so she felt that she needed to wash her hair of him. And in the Bible, it is known that it was said that I think it was Pontius Pilate, just before the prophet Jesus was put on the cross and was condemned, he said he was going to wash his hand. He said he washed his hands in public. He literally washed his hands in public in a container to wash his hands of the situation, right? So let's come clean about how other uses of soap, how other ways in which soap can be used. So anyone else want to share ways in which they've thought of or known that they use soap, or and haven't really known that they've used soap? What I mean by that is, you might have done it automatically because culturally it was passed down to you, but you hadn't been present to the fact that, hey, this has a mental cleansing, this has an emotional cleansing, this has a spiritual cleansing, not just the physical cleansing, right? So anyone else present to any of those other ways in which soap can be used?
Yeah, I'll share, Coach Sheryl. So I do a lot of ritual, and this closing out the year is a time where I invite collectives to join rituals so that we can release. And one of the ritual components is to take a sacred bath to start the ritual and to end the ritual. And the day before yesterday, I did another sacred bath for myself. So the soap blended in with Florida water, with essential oils, with bath salts, crystals. I also drop those in. I have candles burning, like all of that blended together creates this synergistic effect. And I want to cleanse and clear, literally and figuratively, spiritually, emotionally, vibrationally, when I do that. And sometimes when what I did the other day was I started to visualize and create like a vortex so that I can manifest. So yeah, it's definitely a major part. I don't think about the soap as being a key component like you just described. And I'm like, yeah, without that, something would be missing. So I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's some of the spiritual benefits and uses of soap. And as Teresa mentioned, sometimes if because of that, because it's so associated again with smell, that you can be out somewhere and then go to a public restroom after having an argument with someone and smell the soap, that same type of scent of the soap that you would use in a cleansing to release a man from your hair or to clear your energies and prepare for the new year. And that moment that you make, that you smell that animal part of the brain will fire, and you will get right into that same space that you were in of the clearing, and you will have a clearing and you will have a cleansing, not just physically when you're washing your hands and getting off all of the germs, but emotionally and mentally. Like, be present to that. Be present to that. So these are some of the inspired uses of soap, right? These are special options for using soap, right? So we can put up that next slide. The inspired slide, when you get a chance, Brother Kamal.
Yeah, let me read really quickly some of the soap shares while Brother Kamal does that. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Well, my share was that sometimes soap can create a low vibrational reaction. I remember as a child, and I don't know if other women in the space, maybe men went through it too, but ivory soap was too strong for me, particularly for my vagina. It was just overwhelming. Some soaps are just not meant to clean certain parts of your body. And we need to be like our faces. Like, I can't use every type of soap on my face. Like, there are soaps for very specific things and very specific areas as far as your skin and the layout of your body. Let's see. Tiff said the first one was standard operations average procedures. Oh, that is just soap acronym. And Denise said, yes, she couldn't use other soap as well. And she also mentioned how soap would be used almost as a form of abuse, like washing your mouth out with soap because you've cursed. And that stands out for me. It was never done in my family, but I always heard that being said. And people are just agreeing about the ivory soap and just how it would break you out and it'll make you itch. Blue soap is used that way, Veronica said, and I'm not sure what that way means, but soap is a mood shifter. And I'll say this last one so you can move forward. I think I covered all of them, so you can move forward, Coach.
Thank you. And this one is, if we could go back a couple slides to the one that says inspired uses. Please, Brother Kamal. That's one, the second one, yes. So the inspired soap of soap, the special openings and amazing production, right? That's my acronym for this part, which is the clearing of the soul, the releasing of the mind, and activating the creativity of the soul, right? And so some of the ways in which you clear the soul is like what Shawnee mentioned. And also I mentioned about washing that man out of your hair and the energy, clearing energy before you do Reiki or after I do Reiki or any kind of other spiritual work, to reset yourself, to just kind of get you all on a different, to have a 0 point, a zero set point, meaning a place to start from, a clean, fresh place to start from, to rejuvenate yourself. The scent of a soap that smells good, woo, just really can set you, just energize you in a deep way. At least for me, I know it can. And I've seen it with others. There was a commercial that when I was a kid, the Zest commercial. And when you saw that, it was a soap that was green and like white with stripes. It's not a good soap to use for me on my body because it was very drying. But the commercial, when you see the brother smell that soap, whoa, he just lit up on the inside and outside. And he was zestfully clean, right? So that tells you how soap is having an impact, not just on the body, right? And then the releasing of the mind, clearing yourself of stress, cutting emotional ties and connections to others, centering and grounding yourself with the smell of a lavender soap or a cedarwood soap or the smell of soap on a lover's skin. You said on a brother's skin, but I said on a lover's skin. Anybody that you love, even the smell of a baby when they're freshly cleaned and they're new babies. Oh, that smell. Like even after the new baby smell wears off, because nothing beats that Mother Nature's smell that was given to them. But after that, and you wash baby in a nice soap, and the smell of them is just like, oh, you just want to bite them and make them dirty all over again and make them wash again. They're just so, any loved one, the smell of soap is so, it pulls you in. It pulls you in. And then the creativity of the soul. This is another special opening and amazing production, right? It's going to activate you to bring creativity out. Like those soaps that I showed you, come on. If you go in your bathroom every time you go in there and you have this little teddy bear sitting there that you washing your hands with, that's just gonna make you smile. That's just gonna make you laugh. This is gonna activate something in you that's different, right? Something that's other than common, the white bar soap, which is nothing wrong with the white bar soap or the liquid foaming soap. Like I have an automatic soap dispenser where you put your hand under it and foam comes out and you just can, just go right to the foaming of the soap in your hands. And I just love that. That was an inspiration from my brother, may he rest in peace, because he was like a germaphobe and it didn't register for him. Like, you're gonna touch your dirty hands and then press the pump. Like that's gross. so he's like, no, you gotta have automatic soap dispensers. So I didn't have it for him while he was alive, but I have it now in every bathroom. So may he rest in peace. And that's a way I remember my brother too. Every time I put my hand under there and get a big thing of soap, like Jason would like this. So activates the creativity. It also increases. So if you're using soap to make bubbles, which is the most fun way to use soap, right? Look. I don't know if it shows the magic of.
Yeah, we can see it.
Boom. Can you see the bubbles? Can you see?
Yes.
Like that action right there helps you to increase you with deeper breathing. It helps you to relax. I had a very stressful career of 30 plus years in television. And there was a store that I shopped at that sold whimsical and magical little things. And it had a necklace with a little bottle of bubbles in it. And when people would stress me out, do you know I would take those bubbles and just start blowing them at them? I would just blow bubbles at the situation. And that just makes people laugh. It breaks up the stress that I'm having because I'm taking these deep breaths. And it brings a sense of fun and creativity. So it's a way to shift the situation, right? So it's definitely a healing tool and can help with being depressed, right? So those are some of the special opening and amazing productions of how to use soap. So does anyone else are you now inspired? Does anything come up for you that's a special production, an amazing operation of how to use soap, right? Or a special opening and an amazing production of how to use soap? Anything coming up for anyone about that? Shawnee, I'll be glad to hear from the chat. And if anyone wants to share their face and their voice in the space, I welcome them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I had my hand up, especially for the last point, but this fits as well. I remember my choir members during Easter time, we all washed each other's feet. Yes. And that was so humbling and honoring the person's feet that we were washing, honoring them as being very special. So washing the feet is another way soap can be used in a spiritual way. And
that's beautiful, Mom. Can you share more about, I didn't hear, there was like some background noise, why the feet were being washed and whose feet were being washed?
The feet, it was in honor of Easter. Mm-hmm. We just had a ritual where we each washed each other's feet. Nice. It was just a ritual that we did. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Hearts and hearts together.
Yeah, it's very humbling and nourishing, and such a beautiful service. I was at a hour where the friends of the mother, we got to wash the feet of the mother, and she was just so touched and so humbled by that. And it represented us being in service and support to her as she goes through the process of the birthing and as well after. And so I thank you for bringing that, because I had forgotten about that. And we did a little bit of bubbliness in the water, so soap was present as well. Thank you. And I see another one.
This is Afua freeing. I
Greetings.
remember when
Well,
greetings, sis. How are you?
great. How are you?
I'm good. So I
Wonderful.
remember when my mom was in the hospital and I stayed with her in the hospital for 2 weeks. And I would not allow the hospital staff to wash my mom because I was like, that's my job. And I washed my mom and I lotioned her. And I felt like I was finally able to give her that love and nurturing that she gave me as a child. You know, my
Beautiful.
mom was very strong and she didn't want nobody doing stuff. But when I stayed with her, man, I adored every moment of tending to her, of taking care of her. And then she got to the point where, like, if my other sisters was there, my aunt was there, she would tell them, no, 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 no. And she would call me by my given name that she gave me, my government name. And she was like, Donna, come over here. You do this. And it was such, I mean, oh my goodness, the memories are so warm and loving to my heart. So I just
Beautiful.
want to share that.
Thank you for that. And which category would you say that fell into? Because I hear a couple of them under the special options and and production for using soap, right? Which category would you say that fell under for you and for her?
Um, well, it definitely was
Full
special.
mental, emotional, spiritual.
Yeah, all of that. And just the ritual of doing it and just all of it. All of it. It was such a loving and cherishable moment that I have
Yes,
of my mom.
beautiful. And
Yes.
you'll always have that. You'll always have that. And I know that you're really grateful that you were able to give back, even
Oh,
a little,
mm,
you know.
yes.
So give thanks. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Anyone else want to share what's coming up for them about different uses of soap?
I remember as a child is that I was told that doing people didn't have wash machines, and it was a sense of pride for them to have their white clothes hanging across the line, and so that that meant a sense of purity, because I remember when we was kids we had to wash our socks, like how people have wash machines. We had to wash our socks, we had to wash our underwear, so and if your underwear wasn't clean, your mother was gonna be like, I know something wrong with you, think you gonna wash them clothes, like hang them clothes up in my house and they're not clean. So it was like a culture in our
Yeah,
house that you better have socks clean. And the other thing, when I think about, we have to wash our hands right now as a point of safe. It's like washing your hand actually could save your life right now because of all the germs and stuff and what the different things are going on. It's like you have to wash your hand now. And so
yeah,
your germs are being spread because you don't wash hands. So hand
yeah,
washing is really serious right now. So, you know,
absolutely. I remember when COVID hit, and I was actually present to the fact, was actually talking with some medical. I was getting a test at a medical center when it really started to be like they're talking about the ways in which you can avoid COVID was by washing your hands. And I was like, are you serious? Is this the world that we're in? That that people are just that dirty that they're not washing their hands, and that's how a germ that could kill them has spread. But yeah, of course we've learned since then that it's more to it, but washing your hands definitely will stop the spread of the germs. So, but that's under the basic, that's under the standard operations, average procedures part, which is the washing. But I'm definitely present to all the ways in which everyone is using and seeing the use of soap, right? So thank you for sharing that, Sister Teresa. Is there anything else coming up in the chat?
Coach Sheryl, this is Denise. Good morning. Blessings.
Good morning. Good morning, Denise. How are you?
I'm good. I remembered, I think I put it in the chat also. There's some different fragrances of bar soap. I also put into my underwear drawer. So it's
Yes.
also and not use it at all. And so I still do that. I learned that as a kid. I don't know where I learned it from, but I learned it as a kid. But that's another use of how I've used bar soap. I'm generally liquid soap now, but that's another use. And
Nice.
as you talk about COVID, this hand sanitizer and all of that, I'm finding people are using all these quick ways of using that soap that does not give me the same feeling at all of real soap, real soap at all.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yes, they use the hand sanitizer in place of soap, but I'm for carrying around a little mini bar. I actually make those and I'm out of them now, but I make little some size bars of soap for you to have in your pocketbook or your wallet. And you can just get a bottle of water. Wash your hands. There's a deeper meaning. There's a physical cleansing that's happening, but you're also clearing yourself. It's also literally a clearing. So thank you for bringing that. I love the idea of using the soap in the drawers, in the underwear drawer or the sock drawer, or any drawer where you want the fragrance to just be bright when you open up the drawer to hit your nose and just make you feel good. So soap has many uses. And I just love the uses that are coming up. So what I love, and I want you to be present to, is that you're using something that you use every day, a tool that you use every day, I hope, and you're using it in different ways other than it was intended, right? Other than the person who made it, the way it was created was made for, right? And that's special. That's possibilities. That's an opening of powerful possibilities, right? And so I want you to be present to go deeper and look at other possibilities. Like for me, there is no better feeling. Well, there's two really powerful, great feelings I'm going to share. One, when I can take a bath and use soap that I made, and I know every ingredient in that soap, and I know how long it took to make it, where it's stored, what energy it picked up as it was curing. And I know all about that soap. And that the energy and the feeling that I get is the difference between eating something from McDonald's and eating your grandma's home cooked meal. That's the difference in making soap for yourself and using it. So that is something that I encourage everybody to learn, even if you just do the melt and pours, which are the quick and dirty way of making soap. You still get to have the creative element of the colors that you want, of the scents that you want to get to put in there. And I'm considering doing a soap making course, offering that for you guys. I'm considering it if enough people say they want it. So one of the other things that inspires me is when I can take a bath and I wash my hair and wash everything literally from head to toe, and then get into all my body, and then get into clean, fresh, crisp sheets. Woo! That just feels like I can do anything when you do that. It just feels like the possibilities are endless. It's just a clean 0 point for whatever you want to create. And if you know that it is, then you will speak out your affirmations and prayers, right? You will speak them out. You will create opportunities. You will open up and speak out things that you want to happen in your world, and you will be able to make moves. This is a space by which it's a platform by which you can set out what you want to manifest, what you want to make, create, do, be, or have. Okay. So that's a big part of what I wanted to share about soap. But I also, and Brother Kamal, you can go back to the slide that comes after the inspired uses of soap, please. And share with you that again about reaffirming about the bubbles. Oh, I'm crackling. I hope it's not me. Yes, so soap therapy. Soap, you can actually even have therapy with soap. There are ways in which you can, that children can get cognitive therapy, excuse me, as well as adults, which help them develop their cognitive skills. And you therapists out there that work with children, please step up and speak about it, right? So this one you'll see at the top that looks like a rainbow is soap foam. It's just a foam of soap and it's put into a dish and the child is just playing with it, with the colors and creating, and it helps them to be able to be more verbal, and express themselves. And then underneath you have the little girl blowing the bubbles, which is one of my favorite stress releasers with bubbles and soap. But my absolute favorite is the one in the middle with taking a big old bubble bath. How many of you love to take a bubble bath? When I was a child, that's every day I took a bubble bath. We had our little box of Mr. Bubble, and I looked pretty much just like this little kid, filled with bubbles in the tub, and it just released everything from the day. And then at the top, you'll see in I think it's Germany, where there's a guy called Dr. Bubbles, and there's a whole soap festival that they have where they make all these huge bubbles, kids and adults. And some people actually get inside of the bubble well for the second that they can do that. And it's just really fun. It brings out the kid in you. It brings out a lot of play. And it's just an amazing way to just be yourself, be activated in yourself. At the same time as getting clean, at the same time as getting clear, at the same time as being activated in creativity and all of the above, right? And then of course you have the couple at the bottom that are playing and flirting in soap and in a tub. And we know romance that'll be leading to romance, right? So these are some of the ways in which you can do soap therapy, right? And that's not a standard operation and average procedure, right? That definitely falls under special options and amazing productions, right? So I want you to be present to using things in your world that you use every day, like maybe a comb, a brush, a bar of soap, and be present to the different ways that you'll be inspired by the Most High to use them, different than you ever have. Because you could come up with something like therapy that can heal others. You can come up with something like art that can create, that will show beauty and activate others. There's so many things that you can be inspired through being open, right? Through being open to the possibilities of what you can do with what you have in your hand. I think of the prophet Moses when he went to Pharaoh. For those who don't know the story, read the Bible, read the Quran, and find it out. When he went to Pharaoh to stand before the magicians and challenge them, he had his staff, his walking stick, right? Just this regular old stick. But when he threw it down, the Creator made it turn into a snake. And that snake ate up all the little snakes that the other people were creating. And when he went to the Red Sea, and the Creator told him, take that staff and touch it on the water, and the Red Sea parted, right? So that's an average that's a special operation, a special option. I don't even remember all of the different ways because I have so many. It's a special operation for using the soap. It's not standard operation, average procedure, right? It's a special option, an amazing production. And when you're doing it and when you're making the special operation and amazing production, you're producing something for the world or for yourself. right? So those are some of the ways in which to use soap. Let's go to the next slide, please. Oh, before we go to the next slide, can we do the video? I wanted everyone to.
Before the video, one sec. I just wanted, you had asked earlier about the shares, and there's some powerful shares that have come through.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's see. Teresa acknowledged the love of bubbles. Tiffany said bar soaps are not allowed in my spaces at all. Yeah, and well, I had mentioned earlier how it can be creepy in public spaces or even going to somebody's home. If bar soap is all they have, I'm like, I'm not using that because I'm not part of this family and I don't know all the strangers that have used this soap. So bar soap is not my preference in spaces where multiple people are. Terry Ruffin said bubbles are fun. I remember Mr. Bubbles and bubble baths, just like you were mentioning earlier. And Tiffany said bubbles are life-saving. Gina said that hand washing motion with a lot of soap suds is almost meditative. Watch a little one get lost in washing their hands. They are so focused and present. Let's see. And I talked about the many times over the last 25 years that I've done foot washings. I've done them ritualistically for baby showers, when I marry couples or do couples work. When I had the Girls' Rites of Passage program, we washed their feet as part of the ceremonial initiation and crossover too. Teresa just said, yes. And I don't know if that was about the bubbles or something else. And Denise said, yes, I enjoy washing people's feet. And let's see, Tiffany, yes. Gina D, I have to pay my son out of the bath, or pull, I guess, my son out of the bathroom for washing his hands. And then mention of what Afriye shared about taking care of her mom. So Denise said taking care of someone in the hospital or nursing home is special. And let me roll down because there was some Facebook shares. We talk about the humility of foot washing, but there was a share by Teresa that was very moving. Let's see. So Teresa was talking about when her dad got a stroke. But before that, he would wash his face and apply Pond's cold cream before bedtime. And after a stroke, her sister and her used to do it for him, and he would deeply breathe and receive the facial, and his skin would be silky smooth, and that she knows that he appreciated that that care that he received. And I'll read one more so that you can move forward, Coach. So from Candace, soap as a foreplay ritual can enhance an intimate connection. The right scent and lather in a shared bath or shower can send orgasms over the moon. Thank you, Candace. Thank you.
Yes. Everyone, those shares were beautiful.
Yes.
And Coach Sheryl, it's 7:59, so you want to transition us and then you can go into the video, will come out and then move forward. And let me know if you still want to do the breakout room.
I will let you know. So it's 7:59, everyone, and it is Sunday morning, Martin Luther King's birthday weekend. He's on my shoulder. And I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you for joining me today and looking at special operations and procedures, standard operations and procedures for using soap, and learning about special opportunities and possibilities. And if you want to know more, please come back and watch the rest of the video, and it'll be in our Facebook group, and check it out. If you want to contact me, my contact information will be dropped in the chat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. And I wanted to share this beautiful creative image for you guys. And it's very brief. So take a look. Yeah, so what, does anyone know what that is? Well, it kind of said the capsule. If did anybody catch that?
Is that the making of a snow globe?
A snow globe?
That's what it looks like.
That's cool. That is exactly what it looks like, right? But you know what it is? It's soap. It's soap being blown in freezing weather. Look how creative that is. Like, look at how that created like the whole snow globe concept. I just thought that that was so beautiful and unique and amazing. I just had to share it with you guys because soap. Who would have thought to do that? Someone's creativity had to be activated by soap, by the thought of soap, to just go out and decide to blow a bubble in the freezing weather and see if it would freeze. Probably it would happen today, but I think it has to be below 0 for it to actually freeze like that, 0 or below. And the bubble immediately froze. It's like other times you've seen people like maybe throw hot water up in the air and it comes down as like snow in the middle of the freezing temperatures. So yeah, it's the same concept. I just thought it was so cool and pretty. And I'm glad you liked it. So I want to shift a little bit now and ask you, yeah, Shani, I will do the breakout rooms, but I'm first going to take the next slide. Brother Kamal, if you please. The slide after that. So this is how you can make moves using soap. Again, I'm taking that acronym and I'm giving you strong options and perspectives for making moves in 2022 and beyond, right? And I want you to think of some for yourself. I want you to think of things for yourself that you can stay open to and prosper. Speak out your affirmations, prayers. Become secure, optimistic, alert, and peaceful. And then stay optimized. And when I say optimized, that means like stay on your practice, stay in alignment with your practice, stay optimized and patient, waiting for the Most High to give you your inspiration on what you need to do to make those moves for whatever your goal is, whatever you're seeking to manifest. Because these are strong options and perspectives. This is using soap, right, to help you make moves the way the soap makes moves. Slips and slides and glides, and it does cleansing, all of that good stuff. And it creates special opportunities and possibilities for you to soar on all your potential. So these are the SOAP acronyms that make moves that I wanted you to take away with you. So screenshot them, write them down, whatever you need to do, because that, if nothing else, I want you to let a bar of soap that you use, something you use every day, remind you to use these soaps to make moves. Stay open and prosper. Speak out your affirmations, your prayers. Staying open is just being open to what possibility exists in something so simple as a comb, other than just combing your hair. Staying open to the possibilities of what the Creator will allow you to do with that, how you can use that on a daily basis or on one time. Like what comes to mind for me is I can take a piece of paper and make a diorama art with comb and a woman's, like one of the beautiful types of art that I've seen is 3D, where the artist paints the picture of the woman and then she put, and for her hair, they actually put actual really, fake hair. They make the hair 3D. So I will put a comb in that picture as well to show, the combing. So there's just endless ways in which you can be open to receive your messages from the Most High so that you can prosper. Prosper in your peace, prosper in your potential, prosper in possibilities, prosper in your manifestations, prosper. And you want to speak out your affirmations and your prayers. It's not enough to say them just in your mind. Like the Bible says, there is power in the tongue. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. So you have to speak out to counteract all that we are being programmed, all that's being spoken to us, that's low vibrational, that doesn't serve us. Speak out your affirmations, speak out your prayers. And if you do it in the mirror, it's even more amplified, okay? So speak out your affirmations and prayers. Be secure, optimistic, alert, and peaceful. Be secure in yourself, don't be wobbly. Stand on your square and don't let things move you. Be intentional with whatever it is that you're seeking or whatever it is that you're up to. Don't be moved. Have an optimistic outlook. Have a high vibrational outlook that it will manifest, that you, whatever it is you're seeking is also seeking you. Be alert, pay attention, because you're going to be getting blessings. You're going to get blessings that are coming your way, but if you're not alert to them, if you're not open to them, then you're going to think that nothing is happening. The moves are not being made. You're not able to get closer to having that mate. You're not able to get closer to having that particular job that you want, because you're looking inside of a particular framework, but you're not open and optimistic, right? And then be peaceful. Peace is everything, especially in today's world. Finding, all of our wake up community has given you so many tools with how to get into a peaceful place. Breathing is an instant tool, and you can smell your soap and that'll be something to support you. You can blow your bubbles. Those are tools to help you get into a peaceful place. You can meditate. You can do your Qigongs, which is going to be something shared with Dr. Danette tomorrow. We'll share with you about Qigong. All right. So secure, optimistic, alert, and peaceful is a posture to have. A strong option. And then stay optimized. And when I say optimized, stay optimized and patient. When I say optimized, it's stay in the practice. Stay consistent, right? Keep doing what you're doing that you know is going to bring the outcome that you're seeking. Don't give up. Don't give up. Be patient for its outcome. And I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself, okay? Because that's one of the ones that get me, staying optimized and being patient, because I want it happening now. And then yesterday I wanted it happening. But these are strong options and perspectives that will ground us in the moves that we're making for 2022 and beyond. And then when you're in that space of all the first four, then you get the last two. Special opportunities that you didn't know of before, that you didn't have a clue were coming your way, and possibilities. Potential, possibility to use something in a unique way, possibility to use something that you never imagined could be used the way you're going to use it. Be open to that. This is the season for that. We are in a time that we have never seen before, that is different than any other time. And you have to be open to possibilities and opportunities like you've never seen before. And so be open like you've never been before. If you want something different, you have to do something different, right? So these are some of the SOAP moves that I want you to take on. Strong options and perspectives. And then you can soar on all potential, all high vibrational potential, right? So when you use a bar of soap, or you squirt a liquid soap into your hand or your washcloth or whatever, I want you to have these SOAP acronyms floating around in you as well. I want you to be open, right? I want you to be optimistic. Speak out your affirmations, your prayers, and stay on it. Stay on it, be consistent, optimize. That's what I call optimize. And them special opportunities will come your way so you can soar on all the high vibrational potentials. And that is the soap of making moves like soap, like bubbles. One of the reasons why we love bubbles is because when you blow it out the air, it just activates in you all potential, all possibility of anything you wish for, you dream for, you hope for. Soap is I mean, bubbles are just like effervescent and exciting and unique. And so are your inspirations, your ideas, your aspirations, your goals, the things that you want to do to make moves in your life and in the world. So take these strong options and perspectives. Take that soap and wash yourself up with that. Thank you. Any questions, any comments, any feedback, anybody? Actually, before you even give any of that, Shani, if we could do the breakout rooms, let everybody share at least one possibility that has opened up for them today of how to use something that they have in their hands that they didn't know of how to use, that they wouldn't have used before. Like I said, a comb. I wouldn't have thought before today to take a comb and put it on a piece of paper as art. Okay, so if there's something that comes up, I want everyone to share that in the breakout rooms. If we can do the breakout rooms. So it would be maybe 3 people, if you can do it, and like 6 minutes. Everyone share minutes. Does anyone have anything that they would like to share now? Because I see the chat went crazy.
One of the things I wanted to say is that physically I'm not able to get in the bath tub because my legs don't bend like that. And I really miss that because that was so healing for me when I could get in the tub and, you know, put the bubble bath and stuff in. And it's like it renewed my mind, my body, my spirit, everything. And plus it made me feel good. It's like my legs will be feeling like so powerful after I got out the tub. Sometimes I would stay and I would fall asleep in the tub, but I was like, girl, you gonna drown yourself in this tub. You better get out the tub. But it was a place to release stress. It was like get whatever was on me off of me from being in that bath. So what came to me, and thank you, Sister Sheryl, is that I have to do everything I can do to get the weight down and get my legs back in shape so that I can get back in the tub and I can, you know, go to that releasing thing. Cause that tub did so much for me, you know, and I miss being in the tub. You know, when I hear people saying, you know, they could take a bath, I'd be so jealous because my legs do not bend for me to even get in the tub. And so, you know, I wash and clean myself very well because I've learned how to do that. But the tub was just so healing for me. It was like when I was stressed out or feeling down, I would just get in the tub and I would just release everything in that water, you know, and just it was my place of release. It was my place to like, Teresa, no matter what the hell is going on, you get in that tub and you like your healing is gonna take place in that tub. And so
Yes.
I would definitely have to go back to that.
So I'm a stand for you to be in the tub if it's possible. And what I suggest is in the interim, as you are working on yourself to be able to get in the tub, is to consider going to the spa where you could be in a jacuzzi. It may not be, well, I don't know how that operates now during these times, but I do know that there are spas that are still open. And this, you will get that same feeling. You may not be able to wash your body in it, but you know, you have to wash before going in and wash after you come out. But just being able to immerse your body in that water and those jacuzzi bubbles, which is like simulate soap bubbles, being in there with you is a healing and a meditation as well. So consider that, and also consider, you know, as you move forward, because I know you're moving to another state, consider having a walk-in tub. Many people who are seniors and who are disabled, who have difficulties, also create a walk-in tub where you can actually like open the door, step in, you know, and maybe you have a chair in the tub so you don't have to sit all the way down. Like you said, your legs don't move, but there are options. Don't give up, sis. Don't give up. Keep the faith and you'll be able to do this. And I know that you are soaping up anyway and soaping up your body and getting the benefit of the soap as you go along to, other than being able to sit in a tub. Let me tell you, when I grew up, we had one of those in a brownstone. We had one of those huge footed tubs on each floor of the brownstone. My family was in the whole brownstone, and we didn't have any showers. And I remember being so mad at my family for not converting it, but I took a bath every day. And now that I have access to a shower, what do? I take a bath every day instead. So a shower is great, and a shower can help you as well. Shower has a lot of healing ability in it as well, but there's nothing like a bath. So, and those people who think that soap is gross if it's used by others, soap has a natural ability to attract dirt and to cleanse and clear dirt and energy. So you're not really picking up the dirt and energy of the next person. It's just in your mind. It's just like people who think, well, if I take a bath, I'm sitting in my own dirt. Well, if you feel like that, stand up after you finish and shower. Like nothing stops you from doing whatever it takes to make yourself feel clean, but don't sleep on the spiritual possibilities and potentials of a good old bath or a good hot shower or cold shower, for that matter. So yes.
So we're ready for the breakout rooms. There's the acronyms just for you to be inspired to speak to your partner in the breakout rooms. We're going to have 6 to 7 minutes in that space for you to share, and there'll be 3 to 4 people per breakout room. Kamal, wait 1 sec. Please put it back up, because I want to make sure that folks are clear when we get in the rooms what we have the option to do, because Coach Sheryl, you gave us so many options inside of these acronyms. Like what I'm focused on is speak out affirmations and prayers, because I've been doing that, like generating over the last couple of days for myself. Love, secure, optimistic, alert, and peaceful. Like these acronyms can support you in being able to create that one thing that you can generate and have that SOAP experience. So be on the lookout for the alert for the rooms. You may be in with 2 other people. You may be in with 3 other people. So just keep this in mind as we press forward. So here we go.
I know y'all put me in a breakout room, right?
Yeah, you just have to come right back out. You weren't assigned as co-host, so you go automatically in. It's just the way the system.
Oh,
yeah. So you be gonna talk to the Facebookers up in here.
Yes, so Facebookers and Gina. Okay, Gina went into a room too. So, okay, so Shani and Chantel, Brother Kamal, and Facebookers, please share what has come up for you of a possibility of something that you use daily, that you will use different, or that you will be open to a possibility of a different way to use it that has come up for you as a result of my SOAP moves.
Yeah, as I was sharing earlier, the last couple of days, I have tapped back into this, I'm trying to think, a collective of energy called Abraham Hicks. And then Deepak Chopra. Those were like when I first started my shift from organized church, I started to tap into that. And just thinking about SOAP, just the affirmations and just speaking them daily and creating this vortex. I keep visualizing what I want. And just what was said by Abraham Hicks is that if you can hold on to it for 17 seconds and just generate from that space, that you can manifest it. So I've been doing it and adding more time and just seeing myself in the space that I want to be and manifesting what I want to have present in that space that's high vibrational. And when I fall out of it, I just come right back in. So just working the muscle of doing that. That's my SOAPy experience that I will continue to do as we move through the rest of this year. And I trust and believe that I'm going to manifest what it is that I've been visualizing. And I'm excited about it. I'm so excited about it. So that's my SOAP manifestation.
Okay, great, great, powerful, powerful. I love that you are being secure, optimistic, and on your, and also optimized. You are being optimized with being consistent on your pattern.
Yes.
So that is wonderful, and that is what we need. That is how we can use soap to really be of support to us. And every time you smell the soap, let it be a reminder to bring you back to doing what it is that you're up to doing your, that puts you in alignment. So, soap is, we can use soap as a tool to bring about the soap, of the acronyms of the soap within us. So is there anything also that has come up since this session? And I know as an admin, sometimes we're half in and half out. But if there's anything that has come up for you also, that is something that you'll do differently, that you'll use differently than you had been using before, that is an everyday tool, like a box of tissues or something, that you will use differently than you had before today?
I will just say, and I shared this earlier, that just bringing more consciousness into the ritual baths that I take and what the soap can provide in that space, and not just operating from a space of Florida water. That is absolutely a ritual piece that must be present. And I want it to be present, but just the soap. And I'm very present. I'm using the soap. Like I have black soap that I have with shea butter mix, and I love it. It has like this texture to it, like these little particles. And I use that for my face. And then I have another soap I got from India. Like it smells so good too, but I'm gonna be meditative as I'm washing my body, washing my face, speaking to my skin, because my skin shifted when I went into menopause, and not making my skin wrong. Like I make it wrong. It's like, why are there these dry patches? Why am I itching so much? Like really being loving while I utilize the soap to nourish my body fully and completely. And I'm complete.
Thank you, thank you. And just, oh, by the way, the itching thing is an over 50 thing. So
yeah, I know. Yeah. And I'm actually much better, because when I first went into menopause, it was almost like I want to jump off the roof. I'm itching so much in between my toes, behind my ears, my scalp. It was like so much because my body was adjusting to the loss of estrogen. And now, it happens periodically, more so at night too. It's so funny. I can pinpoint it, but it's not comfortable, itching and then scratching and then having scratches on your body, on my body. So thank you for naming that, because there's some people in the space that might not know that comes with it sometimes as one of the symptoms. I appreciate it.
And there's an oil for that. So see me, whoever needs that.
Awesome.
Support you with that itching, that shift and change. So, and you can put it in, it can be made into a soap. So you can bathe with it as well. So, beautiful. Thank you so much, Coach Shani. Chantel, Brother Kamal, any other responses?
Kamal's in a breakout room, but Chantel is here.
Chantel, or are there any responses on Facebook? So I'm willing to take yours and.
So for Naisha, she just got on and she said, I just got on this call, but she wants a better understanding of what SOAP, the acronym, means.
So wonderful, Sister Nyasha. Thank you. Love you, miss you. How are you? So SOAP. I gave today several acronyms. So I'll review them for you really briefly. So first I gave standard operations and average procedures, right? And that's using soap to wash your hands and your body and yourself. That's what we use. It's an average procedure that everybody uses, right? But with that, you could sleep on a lot of possibilities. And that's the SOAP acronym too. That give me the freedom to create the word a lot of. You can sleep on a lot of possibilities by using soap only for cleansing the body, because soap helps you to also, we looked at other ways in which you can use soap, such as clearing the mind, such as grounding yourself and clearing yourself spiritually. And then also a tool to activate you in your creativity, right? And think about blowing bubbles. So that's part of it as well. And then I gave a whole list of special operations and special options and amazing productions for using. And what everyone was doing in the breakout room was looking at one way which they can, one thing in their world currently they would use differently than the way that they've traditionally used it, such as a comb, such as a box of tissues, anything. And so that's what they were sharing about. And so if you can think of one for yourself, Sister Nyasha, that would be wonderful. I would love to hear it. We can circle back to you when we, after we hear from some of the other folks that were in the breakout rooms. Thank you. And Chantel, did you have any that you wanted to share?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So folks in the breakout rooms, let's have a quick share. Shawnee, how many breakout rooms did we have?
I think there were 6.
Okay, great. So I would like to hear from a 1 second share from each person from one of each of the 6 breakout rooms. In other words, if you were in a breakout room, choose the person that's going to share for you guys, and you guys can and each one will share, and then we'll begin to wrap. So who was in the breakout room with Dr. Danette? We'll have you guys go first. And then who was in the breakout room with Coach Dion? You
So
guys.
for Danette, it was sister.
Okay.
And then you said Dr. You said Dion. There was Gina, Kamal, and Sherry.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Grand Rising.
Yes. Grand Rising. This
Thank
is
you.
sister.
Hi, sister. How are you? Wonderful, wonderful to have you. Thank you for being with us this morning. So
Happy
in
to
your
be-
breakout room with Dr. Danette, what did you guys come up with as one thing that you'll use differently, or one possibility from today's SOAP presentation?
Well, maybe I wasn't clear on the assignment, but we did talk about Dr. Danette shared how she went to the water recently, and she spoke a little bit about how you inspired her with being a part of the community. And I spoke about special possibilities, being able to be aware about special possibilities that may come up.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's what we spoke about.
Thank you. Thank you. So you want to share a special possibility, or just be open to them is what you
Well,
got?
really, right. I want to be open to it and to be aware when a special possibility of, makes itself available to me, to be aware of it and to get excited about it. I really like the word special and possibilities put together. I love them together. And it really kind of like brought me open to like, wow, what is a special possibility? For me, it would be something like somebody maybe might say to me, oh yeah, you're just talking, or we're just talking, and they say something like, oh yeah, my son, he's gonna be 6 years old. For me, that's a special possibility that I need to be aware of and say, oh, this is an opportunity maybe to let them know what I do. This is possible. They might need entertainment for their 5-year-old. That's a special possibility. Oh shoot, here's my card. Yeah, and not to be so dismissive about it, like, oh, she probably, this, which I tend to do. Oh, I don't want to bother them with that. They don't want a card, blah, blah, blah. So yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So you are now open to special opportunities, possibilities. I love it. Love it. And as a business person, that is a wonderful, wonderful and important thing to be. So thank you for sharing about that. Okay. And so the next group was Brother Kamal and Sister Dion. Who else was in that group?
It was Sister Cherry.
Sister Cherry. So Sister Cherry, would you share what your group came up with?
Hello.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Hi, Grand Rising. So, we just were talking about how, like, I know someone mentioned it's a good feeling when you can just go in the shower and just wash the day off. I personally said I have soap that has crystals in it. So when I use that, I can feel like the energy and the vibrations from the soap while I'm washing up. And
Yeah.
it also stays with me even when I leave the shower.
Awesome, awesome. And so what special opportunity and possibility has opened up for you in something that you might use differently than you were using it before? Anything?
I would say just the speaking out loud. Like I never
Yeah.
used to do that. And I just recently started doing that. And I do see the difference. I do see a big change and transformation from before and now.
So keep it going, stay optimized with it. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So you can soar on all your potentials. Thank you, Sister Sherry. And was there anything that was shared by the others in the group that you can share, or should I just shift to one of them?
Yeah, maybe you should shift to one of them.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So Brother Kamal, and who else was in the group? Dion and
Gina, Sister Gina was in the group as well.
awesome. Gina, would you like to share what came up for you?
I didn't come up with any new use for a regular object that that we normally have around the house. But what did come up for me was the acronym speaking out affirmations and prayers, and saying that that's something that I can add to a shower. Since it's something that I'll do on a daily basis, I could add that to set the tone for the evening or any manifestations before I'm going to bed.
Yes, yes, powerful, powerful, because water amplifies and water moves everywhere. So if you're looking to manifest something, you can use water to set it out on, right? Set it out on that water in the shower. Thank you for that. Awesome.
Thank
and brother,
you.
I'll share yours.
Yes, indeed. I've been as of late really having some profound experiences, and as I'm like intentional about the ritual bath. Mainly it's been showers, but I've been really activated in these spaces with use some of the Himalayan sea salt that I've been using, and that really opens me up. And I've been getting some like I'm not a singer, but it's like this indigenous voice comes through, and I get chants that come through, and I get songs that come through, and feels like it's a really protective aura. So I would say it would be with the affirmation and praise and that alignment. And then the one that's talked about soaring really speaks to me. So I like to really intentionally infuse that within the bathing ritual.
Ashe, Ashe. Thank you. That's beautiful. I love that another voice is coming out for you when you're bathing. The water is just like, I could do a whole week on just water, right? So water is just an amazing, amazing supportive tool. And it's so wonderful that you use water and soap together to create and to manifest, and all kind of possibilities of things that come out of it. So thank you for sharing that. That is giving you a protective energy to your aura with the voice that you're bringing in that time. I love that. I absolutely love that. So if there's any other groups that were left, that was 2 groups, and you said we had 5. So the group with Sister Sheryl Muhammad Amal, Mama Amal.
Yes, I was just raising my hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So what our group came up with 2 things, and I want Afua to tell her story. But what came up for me was not in. I was looking around my house, seeing what can I make something out of as art. But what stuck in my mind was, no, what you really want to share is with my senior group. we're going to make it a ritual to make soap with intention. Set an intention, make the soap, and then we would go and have our spiritual showers, because most of us cannot do the bathtub, but we
Right.
have our spiritual showers, and then make it a ritual of that, because we come together during the solstice and the equinox anyway, and maybe that could be all tied in there with that. So that's what came up. Yes.
Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. And you can use the melt and pour making of the soap, because that's readily available. The soap is ready in a day or two, as opposed to the cold process, which just takes a whole month, 6 weeks or longer.
Okay.
So that,
and then Afua had one too.
Say again?
Afua.
Hey, yes, please. Afua Afriye, please share.
Yes, I spoke of putting crystals around my house, so that no matter what room I go into, there'll be an energy of love. So I just want to put love throughout my entire apartment, in every room.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
yes.
And that's you've been using crystals now.
Yes, I'm using my crystals, and I spoke with someone just recently, and we discussed that, and I was like, yes, we're gonna get this love throughout this house, and love for me first. And then when I have company, the company gonna feel that love. So I'm really excited about this.
Nice, nice. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And make sure you stay optimized and patient with yourself and with the process. Okay.
Yeah. Sister Deborah was in our group too.
Okay, wonderful. Sister Deborah, please share.
Good morning, peace and blessings.
Peace.
I was just thinking about trying these recipes that I learned about recently to help with relaxation, called moon milk, and you might use cinnamon or cacao or other types of ingredients that are supposed to just really help your body and help you relax. Sleep is something that I'm working on as a goal personally right now, getting better quality sleep. So I just thought of trying to be intentional about making these type of drinks as a way of just giving back to myself and relaxation.
Ashe. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, putting that in the space, because your self-care regimen is important, and especially nothing more important than sleep and water. So sleep is, if you're not getting adequate sleep, don't sleep on the potential to do it, and find every means by which you can to create a space for sleep. And I can support with that. I have rituals and tools and things that I do and that I use, and that I would definitely be willing to share with others that have issues and challenges around sleep and getting a good night's rest. So thank you for sharing that, Sister Deborah. And were there other groups that are still remaining that didn't get to share? I see names like Florence Lane,
Yes.
Joy, Aisha.
Hi,
Teresa.
this is Teresa. It was Florence, myself, and Sister Denise. And Sister Florence, I don't know if Sister wants to speak, but Sister Denise said she wanted to do the one with dealing with being patient, with herself. That part of the soap that she was trying to hang up her curtains, and she was getting impatient with herself, and she said no, because she said that was a thing that she was working on, being patient. And so she said she told herself, no, you could do it, just be patient. And she was able to hang up a curtain, because she was saying that her back had started to hurt while she was trying to do it, but then she was going to get somebody else and Spirit said to her, no, be patient. I still stuck with my bath, is that and just laying here thinking about the possibility of me being able to move around and be more agile. Is like, it would change my whole world completely. So thank you, Sister Sheryl, for bringing this thing. Because sometimes you be looking at other stuff, like other stuff I'm doing can change my world, but physically to be able to move around and jump and play with my grandkids and play double dutch and play hopscotch. So I got to put that back on the wall. It's like play double dutch with my kids, with my grandkids. Jump with them, like get like like jump with them and like play bubble, like you do that slide thing where you would slide on that sliding thing. I could see
Yeah,
myself sliding in bubbles with my grandkids. I was just that kind of person. It's like I was watching this lady, she was in the snow kicking her legs, and because she had a stroke, and she was kicking her legs and doing angels, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to do an angel. And
yes,
so the possibilities of where my life could be if I just could lay down and lay in a tub and just be kicking. And oh
that's it.
my God, thank you, Sister Cheryl. Oh,
I see you on the possibility of flexibility, and I resemble
yes,
that is my goal as well. The soaring on the possibility of standing optimistic, alert, and peaceful, and being patient also with the
yes,
possibility of flexible and being able to run and walk and fly,
yeah,
fly, soar when you go fast, and the freedom that you feel with that. So thank you for that, and I stand with you on that.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Um,
Sister Florence was saying that she wanted to speak more because she said she have a lot of stuff inside her head, and she was going to speak out more and speak life into, like she said, the scripture, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So she said she was going to speak life over herself, with her, with that soul part. Yeah,
Ashe.
beautiful.
Wonderful. And I pray that everybody lets the bar of soap that you smell every day when you use it, or the liquid soap, activate these soap opportunities within you. Don't let it pass. Let yourself be reminded. So I still see Kaisha, and that I haven't heard from, and Celia Berlin, and a couple of other names. So I'll take one more group of shares. Anybody want to share?
Good morning. It's Kaisha.
Good
Um,
morning.
the women in my group was Tiffany Jones, Terry Ruffin, and Joyce Benton.
Okay.
And Tiffany gave a strong, powerful share, like in the beginning. Tiffany, but I mean, I'll mention that the statement from the slide that I resonated with was the first one about prospering. I just shared that I have a liquid soap in my own personal bathroom, and I still have the price tag on. It's pretty pricey, and I said to myself, why did I pay this much money for this? It's just liquid. It really is just soap. But now I'll change my mind and speak on prosperity. Like I bought this because I wanted to know why is this soap so expensive, and so I'll just change my mind on that.
Yeah,
But
not
if,
only
if
why it's so expensive, but let it activate your value within you. That you
right.
worth spending whatever you like on a soap that will activate you and remind you of your value. So let that soap, when you
Yeah.
smell it, remind you of how valuable you are and what value you bring to the world. And then you attract prosperity when you are feeling your own worth.
Yes, yes, thank you, for that change of mind statement. Yes, yes, thank you. Tiffany, would you like to share?
Oh, thank you, sister. Um, Grand Rising, everyone. I will condense what I said in this, that I began the powerful statement going through the acronyms, and told the ladies how my goal is to do in 2022. We always say we're going to try and try and try, but I want to do, and whatever I didn't do or whatever didn't get done, that's the past. So going forward, we're going to do in 22. And
Oh,
after we all shared, I believe it was Sister Terry that came up with we're going to be a beacon of opportunistic light. And we got cut off at the end, but I added to that a beacon of opportunistic light and progress and prosperity.
Woo,
Because
I love
one
it.
of the things I talked about was being patient and open to the possibilities of life and to the things that are there and not looking at them negatively. That's what I looked at it. I brought all of this experience together for me, in that I saw myself even doing those things, speaking not only affirmations and words of positivity and prayers, but actually just opening up my mouth and speaking to my atmosphere and speaking to those around me to demand the respect that I deserve, and to also give that respect for it to be received and acknowledged as exactly what it is, and it not to be downplayed or dismissed or diminished, because I value myself and I value others, especially our elders. So I just want to make that clear, that this was already in the works, and I thank God for this opportunity of confirmation and getting more information to be able to go forward to do in 22. God bless you.
Do in 22. I love that. I love that. I think we all can take that acronym, because I didn't know what we were going to have for 22 to go to. That was a nice little quick rhyme, but do in 22. I like it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, sister. And Sister Terry, will you be our last share, or was that adequate for your share to be placed in the space by Sister Deborah?
Well, my phone went out and I just reconnected back. So I think the biggest thing that I got from my sharing is definitely that we're going to do in 22.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we're going to do in 22, and we're going to be patient with ourselves. We're going to be beacons of light and very optimistic about our capabilities as we move forward.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that's the most appropriate way to end. And anyone who didn't get to share, please drop it in the chat or come to our Facebook page where this video will be playing and drop it on that, drop it on the video so I can go back and see it. Okay. So I definitely want to hear what everyone came up with. So that basically is about my conclusion today. Brother Kamal, I think I have one more slide that I wanted to just leave everybody with. If you can bring that one up, the last one, and then we can go into, yeah, yes. I want everybody to just be with the bubbles of possibility. And that's another space that you can always go to see what comes up for you. Because when you think of bubbles, you think of childhood, you think of play, you think of just bubbles going up to the sky, because when you blow them, they go up and out and they travel all over the place before they even pop, right? So that's the possibility I want you to be with soaring on all high vibrational potential. I'm sticking that little high vibrational in there, but that's the last acronym I want to leave you with for today. And thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me in the Woo Day number 501 on Martin Luther King birthday weekend. I hope everyone is just enjoying themselves. The Facebook page information will be dropped in the chat, and we will also talk about it. We'll also have a slide with it on, so we can launch into that right now. Thank you again for everyone for coming today. So for today, I'm offering a special offer for the first 2 people to email me. First 2 people. So I have a workshop coming up on affirming your bliss in March. That workshop will start on March the 10th. And that workshop will be probably 2 sessions. And one person gets free admission to that workshop if they email me now. And the second person receives a SOAP kit. Stay open and prosper. Speak out your affirmations and prayers to receive special opportunities and possibilities so you can soar on all potentials. A kit that will support you in that. And it may have soap, actual soap that I made. It may have essential oils. It may have feathers. Ooh, it may have bubbles. It may have all kinds of things that you need, as well as a list with all the affirmations and a list of things that you can, resources for you to soar on all potential. And they can email me at yourblisszone@gmail.com. And so here's all my contact information. I am on Facebook as Your Bliss Zone. Please follow me and like my videos and be active with me on that page, please. It's a little bit quiet. I would love to hear from my Wake Up community on my Facebook page. And also I am on Instagram, is @Your Bliss Zone. Your Bliss Zone is the name of my business because I really always want you to be in your bliss zone. My email for those who are trying to get this prize is yourblisszone@gmail.com. And my link tree where you'll find all opportunities and ways in which to contact me and see all that I offer of consultations, workshops, products, and everything that I bring. Reiki, everything is all on linktr.ee/Sheryl Glenn, SHERYLGLENN. And that's how you get to me. Love offerings and donations are welcome, appreciated, valued, and they are my special opportunities and possibilities, okay? So if you are willing and you want to do what our other acronym is my own natural energy yield for money, you want to send money $1, $5, $20, $50, $100, $1,000, 10,000, so I can buy one of those gold soaps that are 10,000. You can do it by sending to me at Zelle or QuickPay, S.O.W. Leadership Development @gmail.com, or by Cash App, $ Spirit of a Woman, or you can copy that link and it will just send you right to Spirit of Woman. The code to use is 501 SLG. This is day 501 in the Wake Up Everybody community. And my initials SLG. And I'm complete. Thank you. So tomorrow, Monday, January 17th, coming up next is our beloved Dr. Danette Bean. She's going to be telling you how you can get your chi on, and an introduction and practice to Qi Gong. That should be amazing. Another tool to put in your toolbox so you can stay open and prosper, special opportunities and possibilities. And then on Tuesday, we have our beloved Mika Joseph, right? The thought healer. And she's going to be talking about personifying your insecurity and reclaiming your power. And you don't want to miss any of these sessions coming up. We are in a new year and there's a new dispensation of everything. So get with it in the Wake Up Everybody community. Thank you.
All right, Coach Sheryl, you blessed us today. Thank you so much for the powerful facilitation of something that maybe we overlook, just the day-to-day routine of bathing and doing it with the high level of intentionality. We want to acknowledge all of our new members. Thank you for being here today. Welcome. Put your name in the chat if you are new. And please continue to be involved and continue to show up and be present to our powerful transformational experience that allows us to be able to elevate and ascend. So welcome. And this is how you are able to stay in tune and connected to the Woo Nation. Zoom live workshops, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 a.m. and Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. Right, so please, our Zoom live workshops, you can stream live on Facebook and have our Woo alerts. Text Woo Nation to 74121. Please stay in touch and in tune with our schedule. And of course, we have our Woo swag. So please, check us out on new Woo swag today. Get your journal, be able to get your bag, your coffee or tea, and your water bottle. yeah, just be fully adorned in your wardrobe, right? So let's make sure that we get our gear together and stay woo fresh, right? And Coach Shawnee will talk about this powerful anthology that we have.
Alrighty, so family, just want to share and remind the community that we need your input for the continued evolution of this project, the Woo Anthology, which is a compilation of your stories, and our journey over the last almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years on March 29th, and we could not have done it without you. 64 of us submitted stories, testimonials about our journey. And there are many, many more of us that are part of this community. Where we are right now is honing in on a title. And this is just a sampling of 6 of the titles that were presented. And we're asking more of the community to submit your votes on the titles we will choose from. And also to offer a title that we had not considered, because these titles come from the team that's working on the Woo Anthology. So we are open. We want those votes in order for us to actually create and generate the rest of the materials for the book. The title is the anchor for that. So please do fill out the document. We've been sharing it for a week, and we haven't hit double digits in reference to the vote. So take a moment today. It doesn't take long, a few moments, 3 minutes at the most, for you to think about it, click your choices, and then move forward so that we can move forward. So the next phase of the anthology is also underway with regard to sending a set of questions, honing in on a few that will allow you to share your story. And I want to say that this is beyond the survey questions you answer. You're literally weaving together a share that provides specifics, that provides your emotions, that provides a visualization of your transformation. So keep that in mind as you submit your offerings. You just consider the value of your story and how someone who's not a part of this community can be touched, moved, and inspired by you just sharing what you've been through. So I'm complete with regard to that. If we can drop the hyperlink, not just the bit.ly, but the opening, the http:// then the bit.ly share, so that everyone can access it quickly. And you can share what it is that you need to share on that doc. All right, moving forward. Thank you, admin team, for the opportunity to share.
Okay, so thank you once again. And this is how you can stay in touch. You can register at bit.ly/wake up movement. Right? You can also stay connected with us on Facebook, bit.ly/woo community for private, and bit.ly/woo nation for our public connection. Also, you can catch us on the Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, and our YouTube at bit.ly/woo on YouTube. And, reach out to us on Facebook as well, for any questions, or if you want to get more involved, at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com, right? And so at this time, we want to be able to give acknowledgement for just an amazing presentation and facilitation today, well thought out, very creative, engaging, and interactive, and something that was applicable and very practical. So this time, everybody, please unmute and shower Coach Sheryl with all the love.
Thank you, Coach Cheryl.
Thank you, Coach
Thank you
Sheryl, for
so
this
much, Coach
exercise.
Thank
Cheryl.
you, Coach
Woo,
Cheryl.
thank you.
Thank
This
There
you.
was
was
so
very
much
informative,
love.
Thank you, thank you,
Love
unique,
your
thank
work,
you.
y'all.
and
Thank
it touched
Great
my
you.
spirit. I
reflection.
appreciate
Wow,
this a
Thank
lot.
you.
opened up
Thank
possibilities. And I
I
for your
never knew
appreciate
how much
that.
patience.
soap could
Just a
really
couple of
affect
different
Thank
ways to think about it.
you.
your spirit and your
All right,
lifestyle. And
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
Glory,
the
everybody.
decided
As
to
I
do
significant.
always
this
say,
post.
stay
Exactly
powerful,
what I needed to hear.
creative.
Thank you,
Definitely
Coach
extremely
Cheryl.
interesting to hear.
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Queen.
Thank you,
Stay
thank
blessed.
you.
Happy Sunday.
Love you, love you.
Blessings to everyone.
Great,
Have a wonderful day,
Blessings.
wonderful
everybody.
way to start your week. Yes. Blessed day. Thank you, Coach Cheryl.